Lope Joelo Ssenyonyi brings the matter to Parliament. The Gen Z, Gen B, Ugandan youth march to Parliament, stop corruption, Anita Mongi must resign.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to join you in welcoming colleagues back from recess. Right Honorable Speaker, quick issues for me to thrash out. Yesterday, some of our colleagues were arrested and are still in jail, together with other citizens. The mentioned colleagues are Honorable Hassan Chirumira from Katikamu South, the Honorable Charles Tebandeke, Bale County, the Honorable Francis Zake from Mitiana Municipality, and other citizens. They are in Luzira as we speak, simply because they went to attend a regular press conference at their party's political headquarters, for the avoidance of doubt, the National Unity Platform headquarters. Honorable Speaker, I think it would be a good thing for government to help us understand the seeming double standards there are, because several other political entities keep operating, but for some, it doesn't get to happen, to the extent that even members of parliament who are going to their party headquarters to attend a press conference, together with other people, get to be bundled up and roughed up, and they're in jail, apparently, for going to attend an unlawful assembly. I think it would be good that government helps us understand that matter. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, this parliament was approached by government to rationalize a couple of entities. And this parliament went through an entire process to do that. The reasoning by government was twofold. One, there's duplication of roles. There's an entity handling certain matters, another entity doing the same work, so duplication. The other reason given by government was that it was important that we save taxpayers' money. And Parliament, in many respects, listened, because it made sense, logically, politically, and otherwise. And so many entities were rationalized by this House. Right Honorable Speaker, you chaired some of those sessions. What's baffling, though, is we seem to make one step forward and then two steps forward. Backwards. Thank you. One step forward, two steps backwards. Right Honorable Speaker, recently, we saw government coming up with a new unit.
Just Honorable Ssenyonyi. Honorable colleagues, today allow free sitting for colleagues who are standing. Please. Honorable Miyingo, you can sit next to Honorable Sarirwa. Please, free sitting. Let's continue, Honorable. Sorry for the...
Right Honorable Speaker, we have seen government recently, while we're in the process of rationalization, coming up with a new unit which they have called the State House Revenue Intelligence and Strategic Operations Unit, that was created to fight corruption in URA. We ask, is this not duplication? Because we have several anti-graft fighting entities. Why not empower them as opposed to creating a new entity? This might not be a creature of statute, as is the case with others, but it's a full-fledged unit that's meant to have operational funds. It's meant to have a structure. Why? Government needs to help us understand, because you came here and told us, let's rationalize entities, cut down on expenditure. But you're creating new entities to do work that, in our view, should be executed by already existing entities, which we should be empowering. If we think they're not doing good enough work, if we think some of the people they are in are not competent or whatever the case might be, throw them out, replace them with those who are qualified. Why? Still on this issue, Right Honorable Speaker, the person who was appointed to lead this unit, a one David Kalemera, is a convict of tax fraud, Right Honorable Speaker. I ask, Are we setting a thief to catch a thief? And Right Honorable Speaker, I want to lay on table a judgment, because these are not my words. When I say he's a convict of tax fraud, I want to lay on table a judgment by a court of law in Uganda. This is Uganda versus Kalemera David and others, in which Justice Kidudu convicted them for tax fraud. And this is, so I'm laying this on table, Right Honorable Speaker. This is the person that's been appointed to fight corruption. He was convicted for corruption, for tax fraud. It does not make sense at all, Right Honorable Speaker. People are saying I should...
Maybe the full citation.
That's all right. I just wanted to redeem Parliament's time, but since you have allowed, Right Honorable Speaker...
The case number.
Republic of Uganda, in the High Court of Uganda, Anti-Corruption Court at Kololo, criminal case number 7 of 2018. And the parties, Uganda being the prosecutor versus 1 Kalemera David as accused number 1, accused number 2 Semanda Ian, accused number 3 Kazibwe Ronald. And this is the judgment of court that convicted these people. So somebody who was convicted of corruption has now been appointed to fight corruption. It does not make sense, Right Honorable Speaker. And Right Honorable Speaker,
Just
these are the kind of things that annoy the citizens of Uganda who don't think we are serious about the fight against corruption. Because when we are appointing corrupt people, according to court, to fight corruption, people get agitated. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, and this one I'll request that it be addressed by yourself, Right Honorable Speaker. The
Honorable Ssenyonyi, just a minute.
on procedure, the rules are very clear.
No, just a minute. Honorable colleagues, when I'm chairing the house, never access a microphone without my permission. Please. Please. And why I'm emphasizing this, the people of the Hansard are complaining for people are speaking in a microphone and they fail to get a record of who is on the floor. So, and anything spoken from here must be on record. So I request that one we keep, so that we make it very easy for our record to look cleaner and more.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, the other two issues we are seeking for government to clarify, but this particular matter, final one, I request yourself, because as far as I am concerned, it should be clarified by office, Right Honorable Speaker. There seems to be double standards within this, our institution called Parliament of Uganda, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, last week, there are some citizens of Uganda that came to Parliament with placards protesting against one of our colleagues, the Honorable Theodore Sechukubo. They came the first day, and he's present in the House. They came the first day, they were ushered into Parliament nicely with their placards. Then they came the following day. They were still ushered in, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, you received them on behalf of the Speaker. You asked that a few of them come to meet you from the group which came to Parliament. And some of us were happy that this Parliament is able to be accessed decently by people who are saying we are peacefully protesting. Today, Right Honorable Speaker, there are some young people who, as we have been witnessing, have been coming to Parliament in similar fashion with placards, marching, saying they have concerns about corruption in Parliament and elsewhere, and they were coming in similar fashion, like those ones, to come and raise their concerns here in Parliament before us and before you, Right Honorable Speaker. Many of them have been bundled up, they have been beaten up, many are in jail. And so I thought, the same way, Right Honorable Speaker, you received those who were protesting, apparently, against one of our honorable colleagues, you would receive them in similar manner, because they're saying they have concerns as citizens of this country, concerns about Parliament of Uganda, concerns about many government entities, concerns about corruption, Right Honorable Speaker. I don't know why they were not accorded the same kind of treatment, the same kind of respect, because they were not coming to fight. They did not have daggers, knives, or whatever the case might be. They had placards similar to the other one. So I thought, Right Honorable Speaker, you would help us understand. I don't know whether it was an order from your office, maybe not, But at least I saw the other ones, you received them. For these ones, it has not happened.
Thank you.
Why, Right Honorable Speaker? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I heard the Honorable Sechko saying I. I put just allow me to first clarify on that, and I put the record straight. And I was supposed to meet with Honorable Sechkubo today, but my day became long. I haven't called you, Honorable. Apologize, but I had called you earlier on, saying I need to meet you today. What happened the day when some people entered here in Parliament, 12th July, for record purposes, is not something which had been sanctioned by the leadership of Parliament. The people who came and entered, I would say it was a lapse because we had not guided security of Parliament very well on how, listen to me, yes, on processes of receiving petitions in Parliament. Now, when the same people, because that day, the speaker was not in, the deputy speaker was not in, okay? And usually what happens, the security contacts whoever is in. If the speaker is in, they will contact the speaker. If the speaker is not in and the deputy is in, they will contact the deputy. The same people returned on Monday. And when they returned on Monday, I was contacted by security that there are people, they have again returned, that they had written, now they've again returned to bring a petition. I instructed security that that's not how we operate. I told security, please, let them go outside Parliament, and 3 people, I said 3 people can bring and present a petition. And I said, I don't need cameras to receive a petition because our rules of procedure are very clear on how we process petitions. And indeed, they were complaining, saying I've not listened to them, but they chose 3 people who brought a petition, and it's in my office. And it's one of the reasons as to why I wanted to meet the Honorable Sechkubo, because I want to share it with him as I come here to guide on how such a petition should be processed. So we are sorry over what happened on the 12th, that lapse, but our procedure for receiving petitions is clear. Number 2, on what's happening, which the Honorable Ssenyonyi is referring to, I have the institution of Parliament has not received any notification, formal notification of anyone who wants to bring a petition regarding the issue they are talking about in public. I will not move from my chair to move around to start looking for people, to soliciting for petitions from the public. When we are a formal institution that has formal structures, I request if there is anyone, the address of Parliament is known. If there is anyone who wants to bring a petition to Parliament, let them write to the leadership of Parliament. We shall guide them on how to bring the petition, and we shall receive it if it's coming. But now, if you want to bring a petition to Parliament, you write to police. You don't inform me. I also go read through news and all that. It becomes difficult for me to arrange for you. Otherwise, Parliament is open to receiving any petition that would come. That's why you provide in our rules on how to process this. So we've not blocked out anyone, my brother, the Honorable Joel. Thank you. Yes, the Prime Minister, they had raised, the Honorable Ssenyonyi had brought issues.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, welcome back. I will start by addressing the first question using Article 23 of our Constitution. Those of you with a copy can go through it, on protection of personal liberty, and go to sub-article 4B. Upon reasonable suspicion of his or her having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Uganda. I will address myself on this. So I want colleagues, I will also read that one. Colleagues, the government of Uganda is charged with the responsibility to take care of security of people and persons and their property. And so it is under that some of our colleagues are under detention. But the law is clear. They will go through the legal process, and I believe if they are innocent, they will be released.
Honorable Gilbert, the Prime Minister is reading for you the law. Yeah?
You read the law.
Let her finish reading for you the law.
You know, these legal people think for us we don't read. Honorable Speaker and colleagues.
Honorable Gilbert Oranya, what's the problem?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, she put it clearly that the role of the security is to take care of this country, of the government. Right Honourable Speaker, the members of Parliament who were arrested, they were arrested when they were going to attend the press conference as usual. Right Honourable Speaker, each and every week, all parties have their presser. NUP, as the political party, invited its members of Parliament and comrades to attend press conference. And right now, the Red Hall Prime Minister, she is insinuating that those members of Parliament, they were intending to disorganize this country. Right Honourable Speaker, there were no evidence. If someone is moving to attend a press conference, what evidence do you have that the person wanted to disorganize the government?
Your point of order?
Right Honourable Speaker, is the Right Honourable Prime Minister in order to insinuate that all those ones who are ever going to attend press conference are going with an intention of disorganizing this government when you don't know what they are going to talk about? Is he in order?
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, if you are seated in my chair, you'll find guiding on a point of order on matters of how people interpret situations becoming difficult. To her, they had the intention. To you, they didn't. Now, I think both of you are correct. Huh? Because each one of you, you're entitled to your own opinion and interpretation. Because these are issues of opinions. These are issues of opinions. So, Right Honourable Prime Minister, conclude. Attorney General, you wanted to add on something?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, I think, Right Honourable Speaker, you have ruled quite well. And since they are both correct, the judge where the matter is will be the final arbiter. I beg to submit.
Right Honourable Prime Minister, that's closed. We go to your issue. Let's not reopen.
That's where I'm going, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, everybody here is aware that the president has got executive powers to appoint. He has executive powers, I repeat, to appoint any person. Because I've seen him even appoint some members of the opposition. Yes, so I believe I believe this question is not for me. It will go to the appointing authority.
Now, honorable colleagues, no, right on, Prime Minister, don't bother yourself.
Secondly, honorable members, I want to I need your protection, right honorable Speaker. Honorable members, I want you to also appreciate that people change. Change is a fact of life. And so people can change and be good people. Secondly, if you want to catch somebody, you send there somebody who is knowledgeable.
Now, honorable colleagues, order, honorable colleagues. Order, honorable colleagues. Yes. Honorable colleagues, what's very critical is that we have sectoral committees which handle these matters. I would really want to leave it to the sectoral committee in charge of the sector, which will be looking at the impact of the creation of such offices, whether it has helped us to make more progress, or whether it has not added any value, because in the end, we budget for it from here. Okay? So I would say, let the sector committee interest itself on this matter. Honorable Mwijuche.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. The procedural matter I'm raising is in relation to the extraordinary deployment and presence of the army in Kampala City and the rest of the country. Right, Honorable Speaker, I am wondering whether we are at war. While coming here, I met very many members manned by the army. And so my concern, right, Honorable Speaker, is whether the police has been overwhelmed, so that the police has taken over the mandate of the army has taken over the mandate of the police, or two, whether somebody has declared a state of emergency. And so as people's representatives, right, Honorable Speaker, we need government to brief us on what is happening in the country so that we know. Because as I talk now, the members are all over, people are running away, we are surrounded, so we want to know. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
I hope here you're not surrounded. You're surrounded by colleagues here. Yes. Now, Jackson, is it on the same? Honorable Chivundi?
Yeah, right, Honorable Speaker. This August House is the House of Representatives of the people. Our cardinal fundamental role is to sniff out what concerns Ugandans and unflinchingly come to this house and debate those matters. In the whole of East Africa, not only in Uganda, but in the neighboring Kenya, young people are raising their voices. They are speaking boldly and acting like so. The crisis why they are speaking is that they feel is that their issues don't feature on the agendas and on the order paper of houses of representatives. Therefore, for us to treat this matter and give it the weight it deserves and give it justice and create a tempo.
Lop Joylo Ssenyonyi bisekezi bwatyo bwatadde olutalo mu Parliament olwa obuli bw'enguzi olw'abaana bagenzi abakwatiddwa akaba Parliament abakwatiddwa olunaku olwajjo awatali musango wabula okwagala okutereeza eggwanga labwe okwagala okutereeza ensi yaabwe kati nno kyakoledde dda omuliro gukoledde n'amumpulirira embaga twongere kulaba nga tutereeza ensi yaffe nga tulwana ffenna okulaba nga Uganda yaffe etereera olaba naloopa ekintu akikuttemu awo manya biteredde twongeremu bongezi maanyi kibuli onaatera okulaba enjawulo mbagala nnyo Mukama bankuumire mweraba.